Hey, what's going on? What up? My name's Jose Otero, and I'm here with
Hey, it's Bob Mackey.
cool Bob. We're gonna check out Rhythm Thief R, or in Japan, or that's what it's called in Japan. In America, it's called. Do you remember?
Rhythm Thief and the Emperor's Treasure.
Yes. Okay, and it is a rhythm puzzle adventure game for 3DS, and it's kind of unique in that it has multiple ways that they kind of do the rhythm. They implement rhythm gameplay. So some of them are using the touchscreen, and some of them are using buttons as well.
And swipes. And,
Yeah, yeah.
And whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the first one. So this one's using swipes, and it's going to tell me on screen a prompt which direction to go. It's all time-based.
Yeah, just like in Oendan, Elite Beat Agents, most people know it by the little ring gets smaller as it's your turn to act.
Yep.
And it's sort of like Rhythm Heaven in that they set up a pattern in some of these stages that you have to follow. So it's more like you're following a pattern than you are watching a ring, you know.
Yep.
And I can tell Jose is very, very concentrating on this.
Yep.
So
I missed the thing. Yeah, keep going.
I don't know. I played a little bit of this today. What I like about it is that I don't want to say the rhythm game as we know it is dead, but it needs to be reinvented because people are kind of sick of plastic instruments. And I think this kind of symbolizes a move back to the character-based music game, like Parappa the Rapper, Guitar Man, stuff like that, which I have always thought always had really cool songs, really cool characters, and even though they didn't have songs that we knew, the music was always pretty good.
Yeah.
And the music in this game is great.
Yeah, and or they have just really interesting situations. In this game specifically, you play Raphael, who is the red-haired guy with the fedora, and he has a secret life as a thief, apparently.
Right.
And he likes to steal things and then put them back a few days later.
He's more of a borrower.
Yes.
Borrower.
And so the game takes place in Paris. So I'm not doing too good because I'm trying to concentrate on talking
it's hard to
Bob.
talk and play at the same time, but yeah, the game takes place in Paris, and it's a series of sneaking missions, if you will, I guess.
Also very much like Oendan, they have like these intermissions where they just kind of show you things going on. I mean,
Right.
granted in Oendan, or excuse me, Elite Beat Agents, there was more of a story, like a purpose to it.
Right.
Because you'd see if the movie was going really well or if you were infiltrating the place properly. Okay, so it's funny because I thought the song was over here after this intermission.
From what I played in the game so far, I'll let you play, Jose, I can talk.
Yeah.
It seems like the stage and the whatever's happening doesn't really change depending on your performance because, I mean, I passed one stage with an E and I passed one stage with an A, and it didn't really seem like I was doing really good or really bad at the other. I mean, it told me I was doing well, but that wasn't really reflected in the background or in what the character was doing too much. But other than that, I mean, I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm happy to see this kind of game back.
Yeah, likewise, yeah. I also like that it's not sort of a one-note approach to the rhythm idea. Because so we just did one with the stylus right now, or at least I did. I'm also going to do one with buttons just to kind of show that off as well. And I like that there's sort of a variety there. So I'm going to back. Oh, I think I just hit restart.
That's cool.
Yeah, I did. So we're going to back out of this one. Sorry about that.
Japanese 101.
Yeah, desperately. I was like, wait, which one is it?
But the music sounds like it's actually performed by real instruments, so
yes,
good for that.
All true. Yep. All right, so let's check out. Actually, I want to do one more touch screen one.
Yeah.
This one is sort of like an infiltration. This is kind of what I would expect them to use to show off what he does. Because, I mean, he is a thief, right?
Right.
I just hope that it's not always the same. But we don't know. I mean, this demo has 4 sections. And supposedly there is a rhythm-based motion controls, which I'm just like, oh, man, using a gyro sensor. I'm just wondering how it's going to work.
Oh, yeah, that would be interesting. That would be something that's very easy to get wrong, but I hope they get it right. And I don't know if you can show the people what exactly you're doing. Because all the action on a 3DS is typically on the top screen. Unlike Elite Beat Agents, you're not actually tapping where the action is happening. You're tapping below. And at first I thought it would be a little disorienting, but I don't know. It's pretty intuitive, and you do get into it just because the colors are so different.
Yeah, the colors help you out a lot because at first I thought you just had to match the pose, and I was like struggling. But the color hints at what you're supposed to be hitting,
right?
And that really helps a lot. But the timing is different for each color. So like green is like instant, blue is almost near instant.
Right.
Yellow has the longest delay.
The good thing is you can also see the statues ahead of time, so you can get yourself ready. And the music kind of preps you for how the beat will go. So it does remind me of Rhythm Heaven in that sense, where you're given a pattern and just enough to fulfill that pattern when they ask you to. And he's doing some awesome poses. Has these pretty blind guards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like. I mean, I don't think this art style is as distinct as something like in Guitar Man or Parappa, but it's still pretty charming and I don't know, cutesy.
Yep.
he's really lucky they have all of these identical statues in this exhibit because I don't know, he would be screwed if it was something more abstract. Oh.
Oh man, am I gonna fail?
I don't know if it's possible.
Well, and they always say a good performance, and like you said earlier, the intermissions aren't very different. Whereas in Owendan, you saw things were kind of coming apart around you.
Right, and same
like
with
the movie set was falling apart, or
yeah,
or you were like your character was like a wreck.
Yeah, and in Parappa it was in Lammy it was the same way. Like the stages, the music would sound worse, the things would be going terribly for your character, and yeah.
So this is a chase scene on the roof. This one's played by using the B and A buttons, A to jump, B to slide. And so we're going to...
I did try this one on my own, and this is the one I had the most trouble with, just
Yes.
because when you hit the button, it doesn't really make that much of a noise, so it's hard to get into the rhythm of it. But I think after a few tries, it could be pretty easy.
Yeah, your pursuers are on rollerblades, so it's kind of wild. I had a very hard time kind of like turning off my desire to hit the button when I see the gap. Like, I don't know, it's like you have to hit it just as the letter goes yellow.
Yeah. And it feels to me
timing.
a lot of it is just trying to not concentrate on one element more than the other, so you have to like equally look and listen at the same time, because the beat is just as important as what you're seeing on the screen.
You know, I had an easier time with this in 3D, and I'm wondering if this is an instance where 3D sort of helps. I had an easier time last night. Granted, I've gotten used to it now without it, but...
Yeah, you're doing much better than I was.
Yeah, I've had a lot of practice.
Yeah. Like, I do enjoy that they did manage to mix up the input, and I assume there's going to be more than just these 4 styles, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
And hopefully, I mean, I guess what they're stealing from is the way they're doing is pretty flagrant, but it's nice to see the style back. You know, I can't fault Sega for that, because God, Innis, yeah, I don't know what they're busy doing, but it's obviously not an Elite Beat Agent sequel, because who knows how well that sold.
Yeah, and that's a shame.
Yeah, that was a really entertaining game, despite what bad some of the songs were in it. I learned to love Skater Boy, despite my best intentions. I think we all did in 2006.
All right, and we're coming to the close of this one.
Yes.
And so there's one more section of this demo where you're kind of fighting off cards. So it's interesting. They have just a performance. They have the actual infiltration, the chase, and then it ends with sort of a fight. You're kind of fighting things off.
And I can only assume those coins you earn can go towards purchasing something in the final game.
Yeah, yeah. And there's supposed to be some cool Street Pass elements too, where the people you Street Pass are like fans that you have in sort of a virtual city. They like have a recreation of Paris.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I guess...
So this one, we're using the D-pad and the A button. And we are going to fight off some dudes.
Now, I do want to see how you handle the big guy in this, because I wasn't really sure what to do
when the prompt
you just
tap
came
like
up.
crazy. Yeah.
Oh, that's what that meant. Okay, yeah, it wasn't really clear to me.
There's no rhythm to that one, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, so this one is really just about keeping up with the beat.
Yeah, and it gets faster.
It actually controls kind of like a pinball game. That's what it felt like to me.
Oh, wow, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
And who knows who these guys are, but it appears to be our rhythm guy's antagonist.
That was late.
They've been pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of rhythm games. Really looking forward to a Rhythm Heaven Fever as well, which is...
Oh, that's March.
Yeah, that's coming soon.
And for $30 at that.
So yeah, you got to slap him really quick 6 times to get rid of him.
Okay, now
so
I know.
Just jam on the buttons.
I'm seriously impressed you're able to do this and talk at the same time.
I'm not saying much.
I know.
Had a lot of practice though.
That's an A. And I guess really this game uses not just one style of music, because there's like some sort of like jazzy earlier. This is a little different than what we heard in the first level.
Yeah, well, the earlier stuff sounded a lot more like seatbelts, like Yoko
oh, yeah.
Kano's band, yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed a quick peek at Rhythm Thief. Check out oneup.com for more.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
Thanks. No problem.